Hi everyone, as you can see there's a large loch in front of us. This is Loch Doon. Basically up for 2 or 3 hours. So I'm just setting up, this is it's just a new rod. This is a 10-foot 5-weight. Basically it's quite a long rod. Well, not long for a loch, especially if you're boat fishing. But if you're bank fishing, it gives you a nice high back cast. And the day the wind's going to be blowing mainly off our back or slightly coming from my left, which suits me because I'm right-handed. And I'm going to fish along till I'm happy, as they say, as far as I feel like walking, and then coming back. And we'll see how it goes. As you can see in the distance here, hopefully, there's a lot of rain in the hills. It's supposed to be dry. So I'm planning not to wear my jacket, but I've got it on, and we're in July and it's 13.5 degrees in July, which is pretty amazing. So just get the line up through the rings, shiny new handles, then we'll soon get that nice and coloured, as they say. But I'm going to start off, I fished here this year already, this time of year there's a lot of people camp. You can probably see there's a typical tent. Unfortunately, and beer bottles lying all around it. Hope they collect it up and put it away, but anyway, we'll see. So what I'm going to be doing here is basically, once I grab the tip of my line, putting a cast of 2 or 3 flies. I have got 1 or 2 casts made up, basically loch style flies, and then we'll just have a bit of fun. You can see there's a burn coming in here. I like to fish off burns. It's a good area. It puts food along coming from the hill into the loch, and the fish do like to sort of hang about there. So I'm going to start there, so we'll see how we go. And Loch Doon is, when I was a kid, the house was just over the hill there. This was my backyard. This is where I played. This was our holiday camp. This is where I spent a lot of time when I was a young boy. And still, I'm 60 this year, and I'm still happy and to come and fish it. Even nice wee wild brown trout. There's a lot of perch in it nowadays, but it's still good. Not big fish, and if you do get a good size fish, I remember winning a fly rod years ago, and it was called the Ayrshire Angling Association competition, and I won the rod in a 10-ounce fish, a monster. But there we are. There is big fish in it. Basically got to come at night. Just now it's what time? Well, I think it's 11 o'clock, we'll see. You can see the rain's starting a wee bit here, but that's Hull Loch's for you. Because we are around I'd say around the 800 feet above sea level. So we are. Not really interesting in time, but it's 20 minutes to 11. And it's meant to get sunny as the day goes on, so I'm going to show you my cast first. Now, I've got 5-pound fluorocarbon, but I could have went a wee bit heavier. I could have went to at least 7. I know 7 sounds a lot, but it's a slightly stiffer nylon when it's quite windy. It doesn't tangle just as easy. But anyway, I don't mind to a point. I've got top dropper. Now I've just put a hopper on, a green Peter hopper pattern. I don't know if you can see that. Now that's about, say, 3.5 foot from the fly line, maybe 4 at the most. Middle fly, I've got the red arrow, the good loch style fly, good river fly. And then in the point, I'm actually going to put on, I believe it or not, a dial back, but this is the one with the tippet. This is Left's tippet dial back, could be pattern. So what I'm going to do is, the reason being that this one will not catch the wind just as much, it'll turn the cast over. These are all size 12s, so kind of average size. So what I'm going to do is just work along the bank. A bit of fun. See how we get on. And as I say, I'm using this 10, this is the Cadence 10-foot 5-weight. It's a lovely sort of progressive action rod. Well, it's not as too soft, it's just got a nice, how I put it, lightness. Got the reel and everything matched up. And the line is their Cadence line, it's a great line. Turns over really well. But I'm not going to be casting huge distance because these fish feed along the side. So at this point I'm just fishing off the burn here. And there's a good run in it because we have, last time I was here there wasn't even a puddle in it, it was non-existent. And oh, there's a stray away. See, half the burn mouth is a great bit. I never even felt that fish, it just rose to the fly. That was, it looked like it attained the point fly, so I put it back out there. See how we got on. Now, as I say, I'm not going to fish far. You don't need to fish far. As you probably see, I caught a fish there, or a rows of fish straight away. You can pull, or you can allow the flies to drift and keep in contact with the flies, and they will draw it. And with the length in the rod, you've got a high back cast as well as you can lift the flies. It's a great rod for on the boat as well, this, if you're in the boat. I don't know if that was my first or second cast, but there we are. There's fish are interested a wee bit, so we'll see how we go. There's a fish rose there. Oh, that wasn't very well done. I'm used to the smaller rod, so we've got a tighter loop with the smaller rod. With the bigger rod you've just got a wee bit more open. And I'll soon get used to it, as I say. What I'm going to do is I'm probably going to work my way along this bank. There's miles of loch here to fish. We'll see how the day goes. It's a bit of fun. As I say, these are not huge or big trout. No, you never know. In a big loch like this, you could get some really nice fish at times. I've seen some nice fish getting caught. Just checking my flies. There's a wee cast just in front of me here, where the burn comes in. There is a channel runs along here. You'll be surprised what's lying in front of you. The channel comes off the burn and goes out. Just a short cast in here. Oh, got a pull there. I'm not sure if you saw that, but gosh, that's a couple of good throws. I should have got that one. I mean, I can wade here, but you don't need to at a point. You just kind of... You can vary the way you retrieve. You could slow figure eight, as I say. You can pull quite quick, and don't be shy to pull in a loch where wild brownies are to check my flies. And the wind is my friend today. It's blowing my cast out, hopefully. Just give it time to settle. Just slow figure eight to straighten my leader, and then you can pull, figure eight, long pulls. Figure eight is about a good retrieve. Conditions are ideal. I like this. This is nice. And as I say, I'll just work my way along the bank. See there's rocks just out here. I might try to cast close to these rocks, so I'm going to just wade out a wee bit. I'm just going to work my way around this, round the burn here. You need to go up into it a wee bit. There's a groove out there, or a deep channel that you could get. How can I put it? Up to your neck. So you're best to cross over a wee bit. I'm just going to come in here, fish along the bank. So see, when you're on these lochs, you don't need to cast in the middle of the loch to catch a fish. The trout will work along the bank where the food is. I mean, there's obviously times they'll be rising all over, and maybe the odd time when they're far away out, but not here. I mean, if you see anyone fishing in boats, they're basically working along the shoreline, and the majority of the time casting towards the bank. The boat just allows you to cover the loch much quicker and drift along the shore. The far side would be good, but anyway, we don't have a boat. I've had 2 offers, so hopefully I may get 1 or 2 fish. Certainly warmer a wee bit than it was when I first started. So I'd like to see an odd fish move, but not the thing. Moved along a wee bit. We'll try along this bank here. See if we can encourage anything to have a go. I'm not sure what to do here because I'm not touching any fish at all, or just seen that one fish rise there, and that is it. So I may have to look at some other. I mean, you've got to, when you're in a loch this size, it's quite a hard loch to. There will be a spot where it's fishing better somewhere. It's just finding it. If it was easier to go to the other side, I would certainly be over there. I like the other side, but the problem being is to get there it's a fair walk. Or to really get there, it's on a boat or something. What I may do is further along. Well, I've only been at it a bit. It's less than an hour, but getting close to an hour anyway. And I've rose 2 fish, and right at the very beginning, just at the burn. I didn't spend much time on it. I just thought, well, the fish are keen. Usually you find when you get that, you'll get a take every so often, but I've not since, so I may have just moved out a hot spot. So it's maybe worthwhile, before you go too far, is head back and try that area again. It's really quiet here. I think that's what I'll do. I'll head back before I go too far. Let's get another couple of casts and then we'll move on. Okay, we'll head in and then we'll head to the further down and see how we got on. Okay, we've moved halfway up the loch, and I just looked at my phone and they said on the phone that it wasn't to rain. It's a lovely day from now on. I don't know if you can see in front of me, but there's a dark rainy clouds heading towards us. So I take it it's going to rain. So it's a good job. Kept my jacket on because I was going to leave it. But we are, as I say, around 800 feet above sea level, so the weatherman doesn't live up here. It's a different world. So anyway, we'll head down to the loch. It looks good. Ready to start fishing. It's blowing, obviously the wind's blowing towards us, as you can probably hear. And we'll see how we go. As I said, this road was built all because of the seaplanes that was landing in Loch Doon. And down the bottom end there's a long strait where the river land. And I'm sure it was the First World War. But anyway, it's a good area. These bits along just down here and around this point is really good. I've always had an odd fish. I've had some nice fish in this area. I can keep the camera dry. I'm such offhang. So we'll just go around this bend, see how we go. Well, it shows you how quick the weather can change. And the rain, as I say, the rain will it's not to rain, it's flying by. It's a fair wind that's blowing with it as well. But it doesn't look like it's going to last very long, so we'll see. Going to the water here. There we go. So, how the weather changes when you're up the hill lochs. You always come prepared. I'm just going to have a short cast. So when I work my way down this bank and around the bend, oh, here we go, first cast. Couldn't believe it. There we go. This is a wee trout, obviously. Just lift the line out the way. Try and get onto here where I could get this wee fish. Oh, where is it? So it's just a wee trout. Nice and easy. Gosh, it's a beautiful wee trout. First cast in a hurricane. Anyway, let's look for the bigger fish. I'm happy with that. I'm okay, and any fish would do me fine. So you don't need to cast very far. I've somehow tangled my line round my reel. I say don't cast far in weather like this. Just all you're going to do is get into a fancle. Just going to come onto the bank here. It's ideal the wind for me because it's actually blowing from my left shoulder because I'm right-handed, so it blows the line away from my face, so it makes it easier. This stirs up the bottom a wee bit and as well, so the fish come in looking to see if there's any flies getting blown into the bank as well from the far side. Pulling a muddler through this works as well, nice. Maybe look for a muddler in my box. These wind lanes are the good areas to pull your fly through. You'll probably see them more as they go around the bend here. That kind of brings any food, the fish feed up these wind lanes. You see them like froth marks. These are the type of areas you kind of concentrate on. Check my flies, look alright. Oh, here we go. Just a wee fish again. Oh, there's a wee. Just about the same size I think as the first fish we got. That in the top fly. We're doing better than we did when we first started. Oh, there was another take there. Missed that one. Back out. Oh, there's one or two. It's not easy fishing, but I enjoy fishing like this. It's an adventure. It's something totally different, especially if you fish the river a lot. Like I do. Oh, that was a better fish. Missed that one. Oh, there's a fish there. Yep, I had a swirl at the fly there. Back out. It's in that wind lane. Try and get away out. So just work your way slowly along the bank and covering as much water as you can. We'll see if the sun makes any difference, if it brings up any fish. Certainly warmer. This rod's really nice, I like the way it's casting it. Take me a minute or two to get used to it. I say it's a new rod to use, like, and I wanted a longer rod for fishing the hill lochs. But I wanted a kind of like a 5-weight, a light one. Especially with these small wild trout, you don't want a big stiff rod. You want to be able to play the fish. Oh, got a pull there. That's the first for a wee while there. There we go. It feels like a perch, and it is. We've got a perch. Gosh, and I think it's swallowed the fly actually. There you go, there's a perch for you. And there's my fly. He's well down. What I'm going to do here is use my catch and release tool just to let this one go. There you go, catch and release tool, works a treat. It's my first perch. So anyway, it's better. Only problem is sometimes you get one perch, you get a couple. Anyway, it's better than not catching at all, so. They're not the best fighters in the world, the old perch. Unless you get a decent sized one anyway. I mean, it's such a big loch to cover and find fish. It's I mean, as I say, it's 7 miles long, so you've got to pick an area and then hopefully you'll catch something. Around the bend now, just came round off where we were, a couple of anglers at the corner there. So what I'm going to do here is, you can see it's totally different. Hardly a wind, by just shelter off this bank in here. I'm just going to work my way down. Normally this would be concrete. There's the road where we'll be walking down, and I'm just going to come up onto it here. So normally this would be concrete all the way around here. Gosh, totally different. Don't have the markers I normally have. Oh. Anyway, we're going to work our way down here. Get the flies ready. See how we go on. I say the depth of the loch is controlled by the electric company, the hydroelectric. So we'll give this a go, this area. Hopefully maybe get one or two trout in this end. If there's not, we'll go back to where we were. Because I was getting at least takes and fish. See, not the I mean, this looks good as well. We'll see, we'll work along the bank here and see how we get on. I mean, I've had quite a few fish off this area in the past, so much easier to cast. Maybe, even though there's nothing rising, I've not seen anything rise, I might even put a dry on. Got a cast made up with 2 dries and see if I can maybe even rise a fish or two, because there's these fish will rise, they'll come up. Check my flies. Yep, they look fine. Just lengthen my cast a wee bit. Try a wee bit slower, see if I can. Usually when you fish a wee bit slower you end up picking perch up, because the flies go a wee bit deeper and they're more off the bottom type. They don't rise the same as trout anyway. I'm ready for, I think, a change of fly. As I say, I'm going to maybe try, I know it's nothing rising, but I may put a couple of dries on just to see if I can lift any fish. I think I might do that, because nothing's happening here. It's worth trying something out the box, something a little bit different, even though they say nothing's moving. That's what we'll do, we'll change the couple of dries. Couple of hoppers on. Got a claret one with a red butt. And I've got the green Peter one I did well last time I was up. These are what I call long hackle dries, so we're going to give them a go and see if we can rise a fish. And I mean, I can fish these as wet flies as much as I can fish them as dries. I can pull them through the wave, and they're good patterns. I've obviously ginked them up, and I'm just basically keeping contact with them, and hopefully we may rise a trout. I say you can just pull them as well, but as I say, these trout are quite happy to rise, so we'll see. Missed it. Very close there, a wee fish just rose. It's the first fish I've rose for a wee while. Well, 5 minutes where the dries will rose a fish anyway, so it was right in front of me as well. Oh, we tried to go with one of the dries there. And the fish are not far out, to be honest with you. I don't think I'll cast that far. Around this bush. I mean, that shows you how high the water is, the loch is anyway. And we've got the bushes in the loch. There was another fish there. There's 3 fish I've rose, so there you go. Nice wee brownie, by the feels of it. It is good. Finally a nice wee brown trout. There you go. Let it settle. There you go. Lovely fish on the dries. So it paid off by hitting the dry zone. Just fishing very close. I'm not going to fish very far, which is a nice take as well. And I'm pulling some of this line. stick close to the banking. "10 minutes I've had 4 fish come at me and I've landed one, so on the dries. Oh, there you go, another one. Well, the secret's the dries then. It's a nice wee brownie, another one. That's just, oop, tiny wee fish like, but it looked great fun. Lovely condition. Anyway, so we'll just work away and, as I say, just fish along the edge here, and focus on that instead of trying to cast too far. There we go. The Leatherman. It's worthwhile putting that high vis fly on. We've rose quite a few fish on it. There you go, a nice wee brownie. Oop, oh, he's off. Good. Back out. The Leatherman's I think it's from Norway, the pattern. The gentleman that did the fly. I think what I'll do is there is a video on it. I don't want to do one. I could do this version maybe. This is a kind of olive beetle or brown beetle version. And I've used a hackle down the body. There's another fish took that fly. This is a wee fish. Very close. I'll try quite close here. Just looks like quite a good fishy area. So I'm just covering the areas a wee bit. A bit more floating on my dropper, just to lift it a wee bit higher. So I'm casting a wee bit further out to see if we can rise a trout, and straight away we rose one. So we're back out. It's amazing the number of times I cast the fly and it hits the water and the fish take it. It's amazing. I mean, to actually land your fish, land your fly right next to a fish it seems to take, so you always got to be careful. That first draw, oh, there we go. Like there again, that's a nice fish as well. It's probably the best trout I've hooked. Maybe not. It looked bigger for a distance. That took the Leatherman. So it did. Gosh, I thought it was bigger. Maybe the bigger one fell off, I don't know. There you go. Lovely brownie. So that's like practically Two out of nowhere. So I was one in the, this one in the claret, and it could have been the same fish, you never know. Maybe surprised with these brownies. So changing to the dries was the best thing I did. Wee fish did I go at the dropper? They go at the top of the point as well. Just a wee trout. Oh, another trout I go. Gosh, I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. These wee fish, just maybe just wee trout. I think the fly's as big as the trout. At least we're rising one or two anyway. What we'll probably do is that the last sort of hour or so I'll fish where we were at the beginning where it's really windy. Oh, there's another wee trout, I'll go there. These are just wee fish. I try further out. Well, there's a fish out there. I actually saw a fish rise. Should be close to it. Moving on to this point here. What I may do is, once I get by this, I'll have a look and maybe give the top end another go. Before we call it a day anyway. I mean, we haven't did great, but we haven't done bad either. We've had at least rising fish. So had better days on the Doon at the Loch. Oh, another wee fish had a go at the dropper. They're just wee fish. There we go. Again, as quick as it hits the water, the fish comes up. I'll take the Leatherman this one. It's a nice brownie as well. So, well, one of the nicer ones anyway. There we go. That's a nice wee fish. There we go. It's a lovely fish. Just lightly hooked in the cithers. Alright. Good. Well done, the Leatherman. As I say, that was just again, as quick as it hits the water, the fish seem to react to it. So I'm glad I put the dry on now. And good fun, I enjoyed it. I mean, we're not getting big trout or anything like, but at least we'll get some. And it's a visual take as well, we're getting fish coming up, swirling at the fly. Oh, there you go, again. Again, that's the lemon, so 2 and 2 casts. Gosh, what a place. Is it the same fish? It's good. One after the other. I'm going to have to film this fly. There you go, another lovely brown trout. Thank you. And go back out. Gosh, I was thinking of going back up to the top end, but if I keep catching fish, I'm going to keep going to the batteries. I've got a bush here. Conditions are absolutely spot on. Like there's no fly life on the water. I mean, I've seen probably a whole of 2 fish rise in the whole of the time I've been here, and all these fish have rose to my dry. That was 2 in a row there. Good fun. Well, I think that'll call it on this bit. We'll move up. Okay, let's move. We'll go to we'll give it the last half hour or so up the top end against the wind with the dries. See if we can bring it in. It's a bit windy like, but it'll be a bit of fun. Well, if there's anywhere in the loch I'd get a fish, it'd be just at this point. I'm surprised if I don't. I'll get at least a take anyway, because there's always fish at this area. Well, an odd one anyway. Just missed one. I got a bump there, so I'll go back out. Oh, stone. Trying. It was a reasonable take, that. Good pull. Oh. They did say it was to be 7 mile an hour winds, maybe an odd gust. Maybe. I got it wrong the day with the wind anyway. The wind lane in front of us here looks quite good. There you go. Is this our last fish? Just a wee brownie. It's bigger than that. Oh, it's away. Getting a bit stiff. There you go. That actually took the fly twice, so it did. Be good to finish on a better fish, but that'll be fine. It's nice to catch the wee fish as well. As I say, it is just all the wild fish, the wild brownies and stuff. There's days you can come up and you can catch really nice fish one after the other. It's the other days you can struggle. Oh, there's another wee fish there. Try, just in case he's got a big brother hanging around. So it's always a good area, just off the point. We'll give it a good 2 or 3 casts before we go. Well folks, that'll do us for today. So I hope you enjoy the video when I finally get it authored. It'll take a wee while with this one, but I'll put it together and hope you enjoy it. And again, thanks for watching the videos and all the nice comments. And as I say, we'll be back up. We'll give the loch another go. I'm fishing the River Doon Wednesday coming, so I'm fishing actually part of the river I used to gilly up at Smiston or Smeaston, depending on how you want to pronounce it. I haven't fished it in 30 years, so I can't wait to give it a go. So hopefully we'll have a good day. But anyway, again, thanks for watching and commenting on all the videos, and I hope you enjoy this one. And again, thanks for watching. it.